Hello, it is Saturday, April 8th, 2023. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It is a Saturday crossword today, so it could be a pretty tricky, themeless crossword. Yesterday I thought it was a tricky Friday themeless crossword, so today's might be more difficult than that, but you never know. It all comes down to how a puzzle strikes you on a given day sometimes, and today's potentially quite tricky edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by David Innes, Josh Lucas, Bradley Pirtle, and, as always, the invaluable Timothy Mark and the indomitable Shoalmaster. So thank you so much to the five of them, benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign, for their support sustaining this channel. I do very much appreciate it. It keeps this whole series going. And thank you to everybody who is a patron of the Daily Solve. You can become one of those by heading over to patreon.com/dailysolve or clicking the link in the description field. And by doing so, as a benefactor, you can get a Daily Solve Let's Check the Crosses mug, or as any patron, you can get access to all of the bonus videos that have gone up on the channel to date, as well as the new ones that go up each week, and that will include yet another Boss Words Spring Themeless League competition puzzle that has been set to post tomorrow. That was a good one. I had a great start. I started sort of flying through the grid and then hit something of a wall and had to really puzzle my way through the end of it. It was a good one. And then yesterday, of course, was the most recent mini puzzle speed solve, solving the last week of New York Times mini crosswords quickly. All right, so there have been quite a few videos up there recently. Enjoy those if you're a patron. Thank you if you are. You can also join the Daily Solve Discord chat server. There's a link in the description field to that. And please do subscribe to the YouTube channel if you've not yet gotten around to it. And consider telling a friend if you think you know somebody who might enjoy it. All right, let's get on to today's crossword. This is a construction by Sid Sivakumar. I recognize his name. He's responsible for a little over a dozen puzzles for the New York Times. And of course, it was edited, as always, by Will Shorts. So let's start solving, shall we? Oh, interesting grid. I like the pattern. Knocks for a loop. Stuns, maybe? Probably could be other things, so let's check the crosses on that. Boots, so to speak. Not sure if it's a noun or a verb in this case. Anne of Green Gables, setting. Not sure about that either. Like some citrus fruit. Unripe? That doesn't really make sense. Unit of logs. I don't know. I'm not getting any confirmation about stuns, so I'm going to delete that. Source of misago in Japanese cuisine. This will be a fish, I suspect. Soft drink that originally contained the mood-stabilizing drug lithium citrate. Wow. That's interesting. But I don't know the answer. General senses. General sense. I don't know. Vibes or something like that. Men on a mission. Astronauts or, I don't know. Wipes out. I mean, it could be erases, or it could be something meaning sort of took a heavy fall. Boy, this is a tough puzzle so far, isn't it? Relax, I'm almost finished. Just a sec or something like that. I don't know. Probably could be quite a few things. Collaborative work. A duet, maybe? I don't know. Probably other options there. Tizzy. I'm in a tizzy. I'm in a bit of a, I don't know. Keep thinking of three-letter words for that. Blank Brothers, winners of a Lifetime Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award in 2014. My first guess is Isley Brothers because it fits in here, and they're brothers, and I have no idea if they won this in 2014, but they feel like they would have been about the age when they would have gotten their Lifetime Achievement Award. So let's see if that helps with anything. Unit of logs. So I don't know if this means, actually I can think of several things this means. Logarithms, mathematically, or logs meaning sort of felled tree trunks, or logs meaning sort of, a log of entries of data. I guess it could be entry. Unit of logs. Knocks for a loop. Dominatrix, perhaps. Perhaps. What is that doing? What would a dominatrix possibly be? Number in brackets. They have bags under their eyes for short. They have bags under their eyes for short. The TSA? They're looking at bags. This reminds me of solving one of these boss words puzzles. You really have to keep, I don't know, or make sort of lateral leaps. I'm wondering if it's the Transport Security Agency. They're sort of looking at bags. They're constantly have bags under their eyes, so to speak. Dominatrix for sure. A somethingist, a number in brackets, a seed maybe in tournament brackets. There we go. Okay, I'm feeling more confident about this area of the grid. Boots, so to speak. Ousts or something like that. Excuses or expels or something. I'm sure there's a word for this that I'm just not thinking of. Anapron cable. Oh, is it Avonlea? That sounds familiar to me. Is that right? Like some citrus fruit, peeled or I don't know. So if this were entry, knocks for a loop. Oh, dazes maybe? It dazes you and that's basically the same thing as stuns. Like some citrus fruit, zested maybe. You could zest citrus fruit. Boots, so to speak. Why can I not see this? Demises doesn't really make sense. Oh, 7-Up, soft drink that originally contained the mood stabilizing drug lithium citrate. That's amazing. That must be the answer. Longtime character revealed to be gay in 2016 Star Trek Beyond Sulu. Must be. I think I saw that, but I just don't particularly remember this. Dominatrix, perhaps. A sexist? Seems sort of odd. Maybe it's not that. Men on a mission. No, it's not. Apostles on a religious mission. Oh, sadist. There we go. Dominatrix could be a sadist as in sort of sadomasochism. Okay. Relax. I'm almost finished. Don't run away. Oops, sorry. Don't run off. There we go. So what was this? Deposes, boots, so to speak. Depose someone from office. You boot them out of office. Okay, boy, that was a hard-won corner. Consumer of cod but not cow. A pescatarian? Oh. Maybe this isn't don't run off. Don't rush me. I see, because this is a pescatarian. So, metaphor for one's personal perspective. That's just my personal perspective. That's just my your shoes, walk a mile in one's shoes and one's personal perspective, effectively, is what that saying is saying. One picking out something for a cart, maybe. A cart. This puzzle is relentless, isn't it? Rigidly conform, meld or mesh. What about this AE? That's odd if this shoes is correct. Some tailgate party accessories. Oh, maybe he's pescatarian spelled this way, perhaps. Some tailgate party accessories. Beer somethings. Beer, not kegs, that doesn't fit. I'm not sure. They help keep food fresh and rigidly conform. Don't know if this is right. Cultural draws for New York and Los Angeles. Something about live performance, maybe, or what would this be? Art scenes? There we go. Rigidly conform. I'm not seeing it. Ease, to allay one's fears, to ease one's fears. Appeal. Is this one an E? Do I have this whole thing spelled incorrectly? No. Appeal. No, I'm sure this is an A. Top gear. Top gear. Gear you wear on your top? I don't know if that means top meaning your upper body or top meaning your head. Especially with that question mark, it could mean either of those, I think. Tees, t-shirts, I don't know. Oh, maybe this is match. Hats, Top Gear hats, top hats as well. One picking out something for a cart, maybe. Cart. Coal cart, a coal mine cart? No. Coach? I don't know. Game that's hard to follow. Game that's hard to follow. Now, given this puzzle so far, I sort of feel as though I should resist. Well, I don't know. Does it mean game like like a game animal, maybe? Or does it mean game, an actual game that you play? I don't know. Oh, appeal. You could lodge an appeal in court, a plea. Maybe that's what that is. And then dirty film. Once again, you read this and you think a dirty film in the sense of something you would watch that has sort of, rude material in it, but it might not be that. It might be a sort of film of dirt that that covers something. I just don't know. Rock band named after its founding guitarist. Santana? I bet. Astronomer's calculation. Oh, solar something. Solar year? No, this doesn't look right. Hats could be wrong. I don't know. I was pretty happy about hats. There are probably other solar things. Solar days? Solar astronomer's calculation. Solar unit? Is that something? Solar unit? There's AU, astronomical unit, I think. Don't know. They help keep food fresh. Bread boxes? Some tailgate party accessories. Oh, right. This tea makes this not beer. Maybe it isn't. So if this were bread boxes, does that make anything else look fine? Things from Mars available for purchase. Candy bars. At least I can put that in immediately. Okay, there we go. Mars bars, candy bars. Okay. So if this were R for beer, does anything work with this? Rigidly conform. Merchandise. I don't know why that would be the case. March. Oh, march in step. Oh, to rigidly conform is to march in step, to sort of march in lockstep, essentially. Okay. So solar wind? It's not really a calculation, though. You'd have to calculate something about the solar wind, presumably. Solar. Hosts of the 1988 and 2010 Winter Olympics. Canadians? There we go. That hosts was very helpful, as opposed to saying host. It could have been a country name or sort of demonym like that. Amounts at a deli. Tares, as in the kind of tare weight on a scale. I don't think that's probably not right. A promising talent. One time, no. 2019 chart topper for Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello. Was this in the puzzle the other day? Camila Cabello was in the puzzle just recently, and I didn't recognize the name, and sadly I still don't. I should have looked her up. I don't know who it is or what her songs are, or Shawn Mendes for that matter. Lifts. Could be shoes or elevators or just literally picking something up. Pickups? Word after step or sleep. Step on it or sleep on it, you might say. Name that spells something nice to have backwards. What's nice to have? An asset? Oh, yeah, that is Tessa. An asset is something positive, and Tessa is asset backwards. Ripped in slang. Could be, I mean, it could be ripped meaning tore as in a piece of paper, or it could be ripped as in sort of muscular and toned. Ripped. Don't know. Docking points. Jacks or ports or something like that. I don't know. Conventional respects. Does it mean paying respects, or does it mean conventionally with respect to something, or I don't know. Figure in Greek tragedy who says, I ask this one thing, let me go mad in my own way. Oh, I wish I could just immediately recognize that. Pack leaders, alphas, leader of the pack kind of thing. Blank green, sea green, the color. Conventional respects. Leave to others. Followers, sheep. Often metaphorically. Docking points are I just don't know. That's so frustrating. And ripped in slang. This is probably some slang term I don't know very well. A promising talent. One to watch. There we go. Okay. Amounts at a deli. Maybe it is tears. Yeah, I suppose that's an amount, even though it's being used as sort of a negative context. So I think that means I think what we're looking for here is tears, the kind of weight that you zero out of a scale, like the weight of the packaging, for instance, so that it doesn't contribute to what you're being charged for. Okay, chart topper. What song would this be? I don't know. Oh boy, this doesn't look like anything to me. Swice? I have no idea. Maybe I have something else wrong. Docking points. Yeah, this does seem strange. Conventional respects. Oh, Electra. I do have something wrong. Lifts. Okay, that's the figure in Greek tragedy. Lifts. Pickers? Pincers? Oh, swole. I can put that in. Swole is ripped in slang. Lifts. Pillars? Why would that be the case? Oh, senorita, I suppose? Must be the chart topper? Okay. I don't remember if that was the one referenced the other day. I don't think it was. Docking points are... I still don't see it. Lifts. This one must be easy. I don't know what at this point anyway, with everything in the grid, I don't know what I'm missing. And here we have leave to others a will. You can leave things to others in a will, or will things to others, leave them to them after your death. Wharfs are docking points. Okay. Pilfers, steals something, lifts it. So what is this? This looks wrong. Pea green, not sea green. Right. Conventional respects. Pieties. Yes, okay. There we go. So it is respects in the sense of paying respects, not necessarily to someone as a result of someone's death, but sort of being respectful in a conventional way, being pious. Okay, solar time astronomer's calculation. How did I not think of that? Game that's hard to follow. Still not seeing. Let's look down here. I haven't looked down here. Oh, Pond Scum, dirty film. It was a literal film of dirt. I knew, really thought that's what was going to be the case, because dirty film as the common idiom just seemed too obvious for this puzzle. They're always launching new projects. SpaceX, they launch spacecraft. Campus protection, Campus protection. Not sure. Emma Thompson and Anna Wintour for 2. Dames, they're presumably both made dames of the British Empire. I will find you 20 lascivious turtles ere one chaste man. I will find you 20 lascivious turtles before I can find you one chaste man. Shakespeare. Okay. Campus protect. It's a way to get a very common New York Times answer, error. I mean, the sort of poetic way of expressing the concept of before. As a way to get it in the puzzle with a less obvious clue. Campus protection. Not sure. Gets off the fence, so to speak. Acts, makes the choice. Like some data plans. Capped. Oh, it's not acts, it's opts. Okay, there we go. Well, glad I corrected that quickly, at least. So some data plans could be capped, phone data, for instance. Campus protection is tenure, so a tenured professor has employment protection. And then to go for, if this item goes for this much, it costs that much. All right, there we go. Supporting elements in a story. Dreams, something? Beer, I'm not sure. This is surprising to me, this game that's hard to follow, because these feel good, these crossing answers. So I must be missing something about this. Game that's hard to follow. I don't know. I'll have to keep looking. Solar Time must be right, surely. What was this one? Oh, that was the supporting thing. Tizzy. I'm in a flap, maybe? A tizzy, a flap? Rides for Rugrats. Trikes, tricycles? Rugrats being, I guess, sort of toddlers, maybe. Maybe you'd need to be a little older than a toddler to ride a trike. But source of masago in Japanese cuisine. General senses, probably ends with an S. Could have put that in earlier. A tizzy, a spat. Did I say that already? But it's more of an argument. A tizzy is more of something individual, I think. Wipes out. Eats it. Okay, so it is the sort of big collapse rather than erases something. Tizzy, a stir, maybe? Cause a tizzy, cause a stir. It's not how I would necessarily use it, but I'm in a tizzy, I'm in a stir. That's plausible. Collaborative work. Oh, a wiki, a Wikipedia. Wikipedia, for instance, is a wiki, a collaborative. It uses that collaborative editing software. All right, so tizzy is a stir, and then one picking out something for a cart is a coal. Oh, maybe it is a coal miner. Oh, that's funny. I think I thought about coal much earlier in the solve and then didn't go anywhere with it. But I didn't think of the coal miner themselves, actually picking the thing out and putting it in the cart. Supporting elements in a story are something dreams. No, they're not. Wheel beams? A story of a house, maybe. Maybe it is some sort of beams. Sorry, I seem to have something in my eye. I apologize. Beer. Why can I not see what any of these are? Game that's hard to follow. Oh, Monty, 3-card Monty. It's a sort of famously unwinnable street game. I don't actually really know what it is, but it's just one of those things. It's sort of a trope. Okay. Coils, entwine. So I didn't look at that clue earlier, I don't think. Money that goes to a casino is... Oh, sure. Come on. I'm so close to the end. Why can't I just get some of these quickly? General senses. The tenor is the sort of tenor of the room, the general sense of the room. Cosigns. Money that goes to a casino. Why is that the case? Is it? That doesn't seem right. Source of masago. Oh, losing. What you've lost goes to the casino as opposed to you. Oh, smelt must be the source of masago in Japanese cuisine. That's a fish. And then sorry start, mea as in mea culpa. So the start to an apology, mea culpa. And then steel beams. Okay, right. Again, why couldn't I have thought of that? Those support a literal story of a building, and then beer bongs. A suitably ridiculous conclusion for this puzzle. And there we go. That was very tricky. I don't even know how to compare it to yesterday's puzzle. I think this was tougher than yesterday's puzzle. And it's meant to be. It's a Saturday puzzle, so it's exactly what I should have expected. It was more difficult than I expected nonetheless, though, despite the fact that I should have expected that. Perhaps I didn't, because I maybe thought it would even out from yesterday, but I think it did slightly raise the ante in the way that you might before your losings make their way to the casino. So there we go, tricky crossword. I'm not going to review it much because I don't have a huge amount of time, and the solve was on the long side, and I did want to get to the clues from yesterday's puzzle. But well done to Sid Sivakumar for giving me quite a workout today. Let me know how you fared with this one in the comments or the Discord channel. I'm always interested to hear. So that was a tough Saturday puzzle. And let's get on to a few clues from yesterday's puzzle because there were several corrections. I didn't want to miss these. First off, Peapod explains regarding 21 Down. This was the clue about Montana player being Cyrus. I didn't understand that at all. The explanation from Peapod is that Miley Cyrus played the character Hannah Montana. There we go. So I've heard of Hannah Montana, I've heard the name, but I wasn't really familiar with the character. So that explains that. Thank you. Dragon Traces makes the observation that ovate is oval-shaped, but ovular is related to ovulation. Of course, that's true. I mixed that up yesterday. Apologies for that. Thank you for pointing that out. Nix Hicks points out something I probably wouldn't have exactly understood or known, but makes sense after having heard it explained. Bag End isn't the town where the hobbits live in The Lord of the Rings. The town is Hobbiton. Bag End is the name of Bilbo's home. So there we go. Makes sense. Thank you for the explanation. Ben Ward, regarding answer 14 across cameo appearance ? With the answer oval, is referring specifically to the meaning of cameo of an image of a head in an oval frame, rather than the general method of carving, which I think what I was thinking out, and I was imagining a sort of oval set in, sort of cameo carved setting of some sort. And then apparently I entirely misread 37 Down. It was asking for something followed by Doe on The Simpsons, not vice versa. So woohoo therefore fits well, being an exclamation of jubilation on Homer's part before his fall. So there we go. That makes perfect sense. And I did misread that. You're right. Brian Spurrier says, based on, this is just a little interesting bit of etymological information. Brian Spurrier says, based on words like gyrocopter and helipad, you'd think the roots of helicopter would be helicopter, but it's actually helicopter, meaning spiral wing. The last word has a silent P, as it's the same root as in pterodactyl, which means wing fingers. That is absolutely fascinating. I did not know that. That's an incredible piece of etymological information, so thank you for that. All right, 5 very interesting and worthwhile comments, corrections, and bits of context. So thank you to everybody who left those as usual, and thank you to you for watching to the end of the video. I'll be back tomorrow for the Sunday puzzle. Should be less of a workout than the last 2 days, but I guess more of an endurance run. Big, long puzzle with a theme, but not quite so tricky. So do come back for that. Until then, please do have an excellent remainder of your Saturday. Take care.